Today, on Be Something Wonderful, the Ask technique to manifest and shift to your desired reality. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, welcome back and good morning from the studios of Be Something Wonderful here in Las Vegas. Big video for you today. I want to talk about this client that has been on the channel for a little while, I guess 2 months or so, and has been watching the videos. And she goes, Tom, I have to admit, when I first started watching, I didn't get it. It all sounded the same. When she first started coming on the channel, right? And she goes, then it hit me. It's because I hadn't changed, right? After watching dozens of videos, no one can know and believe for me. I was creating a reality of not understanding, not getting it. The message, I was creating a reality of the message being the same because I didn't change, right? There was nothing out there but my story of I don't get it. In other words, it's going to seem the same because she's the same. Do you see it? If you haven't moved within, you're going to see reality the same way. You're going to see the messages the same way. You're going to interpret them the same way, right? And there was nothing out there, she said, but my story of I don't get it. She goes, reality reflected and projected those assumptions. So she came up to speed on this, right? And she goes, I was announcing a reality of I don't know, and then seeing that knowing as my reality. Seeing that I don't know knowing as my reality. And then she talked about, she was looking at some older videos and she saw one where we talked about a 3-step method. We've talked about 3-step methods before. This specifically was called the Ask method. In 1 or 2 of the older videos where I've talked about this. I want to unpack this idea today and more based on our great session. So how, right? Because that was one of her questions, right? I don't get it. How do I do it? The message sounds the same when she first started watching them, right? But remember, the ancients were clear. And this is one of the videos she was referring to. Whatsoever ye shall ask in prayer, believing, ye shall receive. And then whatever things you ask when you pray, believe that you receive them and you will have them. Remember, we've talked about this idea. We've talked about these 2 verses before, I'm sure. There are no limitations whatsoever. In other words, the appearances mean nothing. There's no limitations. You're not limited by those appearances. You're not limited by any story that you told the moment before. You're not limited by your past experiences. You're not limited by what you're seeing around, by your thoughts, feelings, and the appearances. There are no limitations whatsoever. You ask in prayer, believing you shall receive. What's the only requirement? Believing. And we're going to unpack that idea today. Right? Remember, look at the tenses here. You shall ask in prayer, believing ye shall receive. Whatever you ask when you pray, believe that you receive them and you will have them. It's an absolute certainty. Right? It's not in the future. It's as you're believing. When you believe, it's yours, right? There's an absolute certainty here. It's not about linear time, right? So no limitations. And then it talks about whatever you ask in prayer, or in other words, whatever you desire and want. That's what that means, right? Ye shall desire and want, believing, ye shall receive. Whatever things you want and desire when you pray, believe that you receive them and you will have them. That's the asking and praying. It's when you desire something and want something, that's a prayer. And it's a prayer that's already fulfilled. That's powerful, right? And then what's the only requirement then? Remember, it's all yours, but if you want to experience, you got to believe. In other words, what is believing? It's being. It's being that identity and occupying that reality right now. That's what believing is. Believing is being. It's not trying to believe. You don't try to be. You are. I am is. So it's just be that identity. We're going to unpack this idea a little bit more. Remember, there's no possibility of non-fulfillment. Ye shall receive. You will have them. That's absolute certainty and conviction, right? Be it and you'll receive it. Be it and you will have them. That's the absolute certainty. It's not talking about the future. That's using will as a conviction. Shall as a conviction. It's yours. The only requirement is to believe you have and are that which you desire and want now, right? Ask in prayer believing. That's the only requirement, right? Believe that you receive them. Remember, you are reality. You are that I am awareness. That's what's real. So to believe it is to be it. Do you see it? To believe it is to be. Do you see it? Just to rhyme with that, that's powerful, right? You are it. That's the. So it's what is then? What is believing mean? Believing is about accepting an idea or a concept as true or truth about yourself. In other words, your self-concept. Do you see how all of this ties in? You're not struggling to believe. Asking how to believe makes no sense under this context. It's about acceptance. Accepting any idea that you have about yourself or the world as true or true about yourself, and then that's what you believe. That's what's true. That's what your awareness is. Wow, that's powerful. How do I believe? Now that makes no sense, right? I am is absolute conviction and belief, right? That your I am awareness, right? Ask technique, 3 simple steps, which she pointed to and I've covered in previous videos, but I want to hit it today like we never have before. The ask technique, A, what's the A? Accept and announce your desired reality and identity. It's a gift to yourself. Accept that gift. Go to the end and stay there. The end of desiring and wanting is being. As I think Neville Goddard said, right? That's the end of desiring, or the end of longing is being. The end of desiring and wanting is being it. Accept and announce that as your new reality. That's the A in ask. God announces reality. I am that I am, and it is so when God announces it. God becomes what it announces. So it must be reality. But believe means to live in the state of being it. Complete mental acceptance. This is Joseph Murphy, right? Believe, or to believe, means to live in the state of being it. Mental acceptance. Accept it's done. Announce reality. That's powerful. 3 simple steps, and it starts with A, or ask. What's the asking really? Asking is about accepting and announcing reality. So you're really not even asking for anything. You're announcing reality, right? You are reality. You go to that end. It's done, right? It's done. Ask and announce, and it's done. It's done, it's done, it's done. Announce it, right? That's powerful. And then the S is see it done. Say it is so. That's the S. See it done and say it is so, because God announces it that it's reality, and it is so. See it done. It's done. Imagine, assume you are that which you desire to be. In other words, imagine if we talk about the imaginal scene in your mind's eye. Remember, you always have images of your thoughts and what your assumptions are. Imagine a 2 to 3 second scene. We've talked about scenes where you're getting congratulated, scenes that Neville Goddard talks about imagining or feeling the wedding ring on your finger. Imagine spending the money. Imagine traveling. Imagine receiving a deposit in your bank account. Imagine all that. A simple scene that implies absolute fulfillment. Identification with that new version of you and reality. Right? If it's health issues, imagine you're doing your favorite activity. Right? Remember, the implication is that you're complete and total and fulfilled, right? Imagine the fulfillment of it. That's what really we're talking about, right? And then see it through your physical eyes, see everything as that new reality. So you imagine it within, but then as you look out, you see everything unfolding from that new perspective, from that new vantage point, from that new identity. Joseph Murphy says, perform the spiritual creative act in your own mind. Because remember, your own mind is the only reality or a conscious center of the one divine mind. Your conscious mind, what you're consciously focusing on right now, is the center of the divine mind. You're thinking into that divine mind at every moment. And then see all appearances and all conditions and all events as part of the part of the instant physical unfolding and proof of your new reality or identity. Also part of the intent, right? What you intend for reality. See it all unfolding. See all conditions, all appearances. Doesn't matter what they are. They must be unfolding. It must be the unfolding of your new reality because you are reality. Do you see it no matter what they look like? Stop declaring out there not your reality or not what you want, because you are reality and you create that in the moment that you declare it, in the moment that you assume that. Line your assumptions up with that desire, and that's all you'll see. Like A Course in Miracles says, if you want only love, that's all you'll see. Right? If you want only your heart's desire, that's all you'll see. Make all appearances and conditions and events a part of that instant physical unfolding and proof of your new reality and identity. Everything becomes proof, right? Like Neville Goddard talks about the Bridge of Incidence. Well, the Bridge of Incidence is you, right? So everything is unfolding from within you. You're the bridge to everything you want. It's not out there. The bridge isn't outside of you. Okay, you are the bridge. Know it's done. This is the K in the ask, right? Announce, accept, and announce it, right? See it and say it so, and then know it's done. Acknowledge that as you know and acknowledge that as your only reality. I am that. It's beyond believing, because beyond believing is being and knowing. Do you see? It's beyond belief. That's what it means to believe or believing, is to be it and know it. Be still and know that I am God, like the ancients said, right? Stop trying to make something happen. Stop seeing reality the way you don't want to see it and start seeing it the way you want to see it, no matter what the appearances are, no matter what the thoughts and feelings are, no matter what's happening out there or within your own conscious mind, right? The changing thoughts and feelings. Anything changing is changing. So it's not reality. You're the one that declares what that is, what it means to you. You declare reality. Again, to believe is to live in the state of being it. An absolute mental acceptance, as Joseph Murphy said, where doubt becomes irrelevant. Doubt makes no sense now. That's a knowing. It's a conviction. This is a state of consciousness called a conviction, as Joseph Murphy says. And then that means I am that no matter what I am seeing, thinking, and feeling. I am that what I say I am, no matter what I'm seeing, thinking, and feeling. Right? It is the state, this is what Neville Goddard says, it is the state when man is completely unmoved in his conviction that the thing is, that your desire is, that whoever you desire to be, you are. That's what he called the Sabbath, right? We're referring to the Sabbath in his teachings. We've done many videos. We have a playlist on the Sabbath. Check that out. We're not going to go into that in detail here. That's the awesome power, though, of this three-step ask technique, right? Ask, accept, and announce it as your reality that it's done, right? S, say it is done. See it is done, right? See and say it is done, right? And then K, know and acknowledge it is done as your only reality. Announcing, seeing and saying, knowing and acknowledging it is done in a reality now. Not in time, but now. Do you see that? You are saying, here I am, like Moses answered to God when God said, Moses, Moses, and Moses says, here I am, right now. You exist and have your being in all identities, all images, all realities, all possibilities here and now. Claim it now, not in linear time, not because you believe you've got to manifest it in time or manifest it through processes, but that yet you are the process, that time's within you, that your experience is time. However you're experiencing reality is linear time. Do you see it? Your experience is everything. It's time, it's space, it's change. You, as reality, are all of that. For so many years, this is what it said in Luke 15:29 in the prodigal son. For so many years, I have been serving you, and I have never neglected a command of yours. This is the older son when he got jealous of the father throwing a party for the younger son who returned. My son was dead and now he's alive, right? He rose in consciousness. The second son representing that idea that, yeah, I've been manifesting for a while. What's up? Why isn't it happening? Right? I've been loyal to these processes. I've been loyal to the law of attraction, the law of assumption, the law of manifestation, the law of being, the law of resonance, the law of frequency, the law of correspondence, the law of reversibility, whatever you want to call it, whatever those laws are, they're all the law of being, the law of assumption, of law assuming who and what you desire to be right now. So it's not, that's the idea that you're manifesting, you're imagining, but are you claiming it? Are you accepting it as your only reality? Are you seeing every event and circumstance as part of that new reality? Because that's what we're talking about, taking a stand in that I am, no matter what. That's why the father said to him, son, you have been with me. All that is mine is yours. It's always been there. But if you're not going to claim it, then or believe it, or be it, right? Believing is being it, right? He believed, the older son believed in the law, but wasn't being it. Instead was looking outward at everyone else getting what they want. I think one of you mentioned in the channel, I've been manifesting and following the laws and affirming, but everybody else around me is getting what they want. What's up with that? Remember, you're the only reality. So see it as you getting it. There can be no other interpretation. But if you keep telling the story that everybody else is getting their party, like the prodigal son, but me, and I'm following the law, I've been faithful to the law, then you're not being it. You're believing you got to do something to get it, and you're seeing other people getting it, right? You got it. You know it. The Lord, God, the law cannot give you what you don't give yourself, what you don't accept as true of who you are. Do you see? That's what it really is about. It's you. That law, the Lord, law, God, the law of assumption. No one can give you who and what you're not conscious of being. That's powerful. That's why the ask technique, to manifest and shift to your new reality, that's why this works. I am your host, Tom Kearin, and this is the Be Something Wonderful studio of higher consciousness, where we help you level up and become the best version of yourself. Creators, thank you. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for liking and sharing and commenting on the videos. Thank you for being part of our Facebook group, the Be Something Wonderful Ambassadors, at facebook.com/groups/Be Something Wonderful, for joining us on Instagram and Twitter at Tom Kearin, and for being part of the membership channel. We have a live stream. I put out another announcement this morning on April 28th, 2024, this month, our 4th live stream of the year, our 13th live stream, and all to be broadcast on the Be Something Wonderful membership channel. And send your questions to info@besomethingwonderful.com, your questions and topics. If you're a member, join us. If you're not a member, there's a link below. You can check it out. Creators, with great love, with great light, and infinite gratitude, this is Tom Kearin here in the studios of Be Something Wonderful. Until next time, we'll see you soon.